This is a tip that I wish I knew when I was getting into climbing. I've been climbing for a few years now, and especially the first year of me climbing, I wish I would have known how to project a route, or I wish I would have just projected more routes. So we're going to go around. I'm going to try to teach you how to project something. Simply put, projecting a boulder or a top rope route, you find something that's slightly outside of your comfort zone. So if you are a V4 climber, then maybe you find something that's V5 or V6, or maybe even a V4 that's just not in your comfort zone, not in one of your strengths, and you just work on it. Most of the time for a project, you're not going to send it first try. You're not going to flash it. Otherwise, that's probably something that you're really comfortable with. So you find something that you don't flash it, and you work on that particular boulder for a little while. You focus on some of the moves. Maybe it takes you a whole session. Maybe it takes you multiple sessions. So first step is to find a boulder that is slightly outside of your comfort zone. So come with me and let's figure something out. So a few reasons that I didn't want to project things, especially early on, is I don't like falling. And as a new climber, I hated falling because I like to sometimes portray myself as being able to just send everything. You know, that's just kind of a YouTuber, and I need to get better about showing, especially you, that I do fall a lot. I don't flash everything. I don't get everything my first try. And so I want to show you my process of projecting boulders. I'm checking out this orange boulder. As far as grade goes, it is outside of my comfort zone, or at least at the cusp of what I'm comfortable flashing most of the time. This boulder looks really fun to me, and that's really important. I don't want to climb a boulder that doesn't look fun. It's not slab. You all know I suck at slab. So it does look pinchy and has some really interesting movements. There's a volume up there with an undercling, back to another pinch, and maybe like a dead pointy thing. So we're just gonna at least try it and see what happens. Oh, I think that drop knee maybe could work, but I don't know. It felt a little awkward. Because then from there, if I control the drop knee, I'll be able to grab the undercling and the rest looks possible. So we'll work around, take a second, and maybe try it again. I'm somebody who definitely gets frustrated when I can't complete something, so I just got to remind myself that this is a route that's graded higher than I would normally flash and climb, and I just got to kind of keep my attitude good and keep my head up, especially if I don't finish it, because that's something that I do have to remind myself. I very well might not finish this project, but let's try it again. Because that holds so good. That drop knee felt so bad. Most of the time projects do take longer, but sometimes they just take a few tries. I think that's really important to note just by me looking at this. I didn't think I would actually finish it, to be honest with you. And that's part of it, is I wish I would have reminded my 1-year climbing self to hop on things that I didn't think I'd complete. It's the advice I'd give you too, is try things that are more difficult than you think you can complete, because sometimes you might complete it. You might surprise yourself. And plus, it was just a ton of fun. You get a much wider variety of bouldering routes, bouldering boulders that you can attempt and try if you have the attitude that you're going to hop on something that you might not complete. So I'm going to climb this yellow boulder, and as far as grade goes, it's within a range where I have flashed before, but it's also within a range where I haven't completed certain things in that grade. It just depends on the particular move set of whatever it is and however the setters are feeling that day. So I'm going to hop on it, and it looks like they're really big slopey moves, which traditionally have been hit or miss for me. Sometimes I'm feeling great and send it, other days not so much. So we're going to hop on it, and this could potentially be what I project today. Oh, shoot. I think I need like a heel hook or something. Well, that was harder than the blue tag. We'll press there. The knee bar is cool. I think I'm going to keep it. This hold is super good. This one's super slopey. I need to figure out how to move past this. I consulted with the sages and now have beta for this. So I was told to do a bicycle, get a toe under here and a foot on here, but that just does not seem practical to me. I don't know. Well, I've decided that this is a very difficult route, so we're going to brush it. That'll do. This yellow boulder is probably one that I'm not going to get today. So I know that, and I'm just going to move it to maybe next week and know that this will be my continuous project. So we're going to move on to a different boulder. Blue boulder. This might be something that becomes my project today. This particular difficulty or grading is something that is within my comfort zone, some of them, depending on the style, of course. And with this particular grade, there's some that I flashed, but then there's some that I haven't even completed. So just looking at it, number one, it looks really fun for me to try it. If I fail 1 or 2 more tries, I won't be upset trying it a third time. I know, it's Slab, and we suck at Slab here. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, by the way. But we're going to hop on this and see what happens. So one thing I like to do when I'm projecting something or looking at a boulder that's slightly outside of my comfort zone or within the cusp of my comfort zone, I like to analyze it a little bit more than I would an easier boulder. So with this one, there's a 2-hand start. It looks like I'm probably going to start in like a Gaston kind of thing. Left, get a high right foot, high left foot. And I can't forget about that. If I were to have not looked at this boulder, I probably would have not gone up to that. But let's try it one try and then see what happens. Okay, Gaston didn't work. Maybe I start with a high right foot, actually. No, that feels unnatural. But, okay, I see what we're trying to do there. So I like the second sequence that I did, where I did actually have a high right foot, even though it felt unnatural. Just trying a bunch of different things is gonna really benefit me. Let's progress. Going up high left to there probably isn't the play, unless I gave my right foot a little bit more room. It is on a slab, and that's jutted far enough out where I could potentially match feet. But if I fall, my shins are gonna be toast. The camera woman just pointed this out. Maybe the high left foot was correct. There's a little chip up there that I did not even notice. So let's try the same thing and not forget about the chip. So normally I like to just sit in one of these chairs and analyze it a little bit more in between takes, because a habit that I get into really often is just trying and trying and trying again. Whereas I probably do need to take a little bit of a rest. Also, that palm, that press into here, that was pretty cool. After a few tries, I was getting a little discouraged, especially not getting off the start, but just those little nuances of starting with a high right foot here, and nuance of even looking at that tiny little chip that was on the volume it blended right in. It's chalky on another bigger volume that is of the same color. This is just the process that I use to project, and it is kind of just resilience, trying and trying again, and knowing that sometimes I'm not going to send something. That yellow one over there, I'm not going to send that today. So I'm going to have to come back tomorrow or next week and try it again and hopefully send it. And that can be my new project for the week. Sometimes there's day projects, sometimes there's week projects, or lifetime projects if you're outside. Projecting boulders is one of the foundational things that many people do to advance their climbing, especially at a bouldering gym when the gym is readily accessible and any route that you are projecting is readily accessible. And sometimes you need this to advance your climbing because otherwise you wouldn't be exposed to different move sets, like heel hooks, toe hooks, or earlier you saw me changing body position and changing my distribution of weight. And some of those moves are things that are outside of my comfort zone and they are awkward at times, but if I'm never exposed to them, then I'm never going to get better. So trying some boulders, trying some routes that you know you might not complete or that you know that you might have to complete later, like that yellow boulder, I'm not going to get that today. So I'm going to have to wait and do that next week or maybe even tomorrow when I'm back and continually trying it. It is really about resilience and having a positive attitude, knowing that these are things that are going to help me in the long run. And maybe it's not helping me right now. Maybe it's even frustrating me right now, but it is going to advance my climbing in the long term. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this projecting journey of the day. I was outside my comfort zone a little bit, and you got to see me fail a bunch of times. I don't always like posting that to YouTube, but I know that this is a really cool community of people who are very encouraging. So thank you for being encouraging and welcome to Suck It Slab. If you would, drop a like, comment, share the video, and of course, subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton. Thank you. Stay chalky.